Before we get into the show, I want to tell you about our friends at Social CBD. I get lots of questions about CBD, both for pain and anxiety and sleeplessness. You've all heard it. I've seen uncanny results with pain. I had a woman last week that had been dealing with ankle trouble forever, used CBD, excellent result. We don't have the clinical science yet. We don't have the research done to really know the risk-benefit ratio, but everyone's heard the anecdotes. Luckily, I've connected with an Oregon-based company that is all about high-quality ingredients and manufacturing standards, not hype. They were previously called Select CBD, but they've just relaunched their brand as Social CBD. Social focuses on broad-spectrum oil, something else you probably heard about but might be a little bit confused. Let's start there. Hemp has over 60 non-psychoactive cannabinoids. CBD is just one of them. Broad-spectrum oil goes beyond CBD isolate and contains additional active compounds that work together to create what is known as the entourage effect, right? This can more effectively deliver the calming and relaxing effect some people are looking for. Social CBD's broad-spectrum oils contain 0 THC, so there's no high, none of those risks. They're available as great-tasting tinctures and great flavors like vanilla mint, pomegranate tea, Meyer lemon. Just drop it under your tongue for maximum effect. Social CBD products are available in a range of formulations, each of which are clearly described so you can make an informed decision without all the promises that are and sound too good to be true. To learn more, go to drdrew.com/socialcbd. Again, that is my website, drdrew.com/SOCIALCBD. And for a limited time, you save 20% at checkout with the code DRDREW. Social CBD, drdrew.com/socialcbd. Dr. Drew at checkout for 20% off. Now let's get into the show. Hi, I'm Dr. Drew, and this is Dr. Drew After Dark. Please be advised that Dr. Drew After Dark may contain sexually oriented content and be unsuitable for young children. Hey everybody, welcome to Dr. After Dark. Keep those emails coming at drafterdark@gmail.com. Also the voice messages at 818-253-1693. And check out drdrew.tv. Also, we do a live show there on the weekends where you can ask me any questions. It's actually a call-in thing. And at drdrew.com, we got more stuff there. Be sure to support the people that support our shows here. We try to select them very, very carefully. It is my distinct privilege to welcome to the program Nadav Itzkowitz today. Nadav is shitting his pants because he has never been interviewed like this ever before.
Yeah, let alone by Dr. Drew, who I grew up listening to.
And he was complaining that he felt like he had an imposter syndrome, that I was going to expose him, that this would be all against his will. Just let's set up some ground rules that nothing here will happen that is not with your consent.
Well, yeah, and also I have say on Final Cut, so I can
you can cut everything out of there. There you go. Now you should feel really good about this. So this whole interview that I'm about to have, you're not going to hear, evidently.
Hopefully.
So I feel privileged because you're an important part of this. You're a critical piece of this YMH enterprise, and I'm the first person to really interview in front of the audience.
Yeah, it's being in the control room or in the control booth is a lot easier because you're behind a glass, you're behind some walls. Yeah. People can't hear you if you keep the mute button.
And you
checked.
determine when you cut to you, right? When we see you in there, is that your?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a team of 3 people in there.
I noticed you've been cutting to the control room a little bit more.
I mean, if we interact with you,
right? And is that you doing that, or somebody else flipping that switch?
So Chris, the blonde kid that you saw, he's the one that's at the switch. But every now and then it's like, all right, get ready for a picture-in-picture and cut to control room and stuff like that. It just runs like a control room.
Well, as I've said before, the control room is what really creates the culture here because the comedians come in here and they just love you laughing at their stuff. So we thank you for that.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was going to become the laugh track of YMH.
And then you produce all this stuff, and you're sort of the critical mastermind here. So let's find out who you are and what you're about, dude.
Oh my God, I'm so scared.
How old are you? Do you know?
I just turned 31 in September.
Okay. And where'd you grow up?
Born and raised in L.A. Like Studio City, Burbank, North Hollywood area, right by Universal City.
Did you go to college?
I did. I went to UC Irvine for 4 years. Did not graduate because I knew I was going to be in film.
What'd you study?
Studio art.
Which is what?
It's like I know how to make molds out of plaster and shit.
Nice.
Nothing I could really use.
Oof.
Yeah, a lot of really stupid
Did you hang out at the beach or anything, at least while you were at Irvine? Or?
I did live on the beach my last year there. I lived on the Balboa Peninsula. It was really dope. Befriended a bunch of glass blowers and lived the beach bum life. It was pretty
That is awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Oh my God. I'm so jealous.
Yeah. It was.
And you're from Los Angeles, so this beach is not it's not a far off, idea for somebody who lives here. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty nice, but it took me like 3 years to, I lived there for my last year. I'm like, oh, this was stupid. I should have lived here for the first 3 too.
Yeah. Do you live on campus before that?
I lived in the dorms the first year, and then right off campus the first 2 years. Or 2 years after
did
that.
you immediately? And why the studio art if you knew you wanted to do production?
What was it? I think I tried to apply to film schools. Thing wasn't a big try hard in high school.
Right.
So I got like B's and C's, maybe an A here and there.
Where'd you go to high school?
Milken Community High School, big Jewish school right up the hill.
Mm-hmm.
And
by the temple.
Yeah. Stephen S. Weiss.
Right.
Yeah, Michael Milken, I believe he was and still is a criminal.
No.
No?
I work with him. And the Prostate Cancer Foundation.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. No, he is a philanthropist.
Yeah. Now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, he's gotta get back. He did go away for a bit, right?
Yeah, and
he
was told He was told that he had 6 months to live with prostate cancer 30 years ago, and made it a commitment to try to figure out how we're going to improve care for prostate cancer, and he's had a massive impact.
Wow.
Yeah, massive.
Didn't know any of that.
And then he has the whole Milken Global Foundation, which is just having impact philanthropic all over the place. So
didn't know any of that. I just knew my parents wanted me to grow up Jewish.
Why is that?
My name is Nadav Itzkowitz, which is just as Jewish as you could get.
Pretty much.
My last name, the beginning starts with what most of them end with.
And you don't look Peruvian.
Yeah, I look quite Semitic.
Yeah. Of course, Tom doesn't look Peruvian either. So
right. But yeah, they just wanted me to grow up Jewish, and my dad wanted all of us. I'm the youngest of 4 kids. They wanted all of us to grow up Jewish. I think all of us are either atheist or agnostic. So that's been a pretty fun.
Is that because of too much exposure to that stuff?
Yeah, like you grow. For me at least, like you grow up with Jewish stuff, and you're just like, I'm good on any of this.
Too much.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm way too outwardly express that feeling. Where people, sometimes I would think that I look so Jewish that I could say anything anti-Semitic and it should be a joke. And I found out kind of late in life that that's not the case, and that people just thought I was anti-Semitic for a while.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was pretty that was a real eye-opening experience.
Is funny.
Yeah. No, it was. I had a real laugh about it.
Yeah.
But after that, I'm like,
wow.
I need to make some fine-tuned adjustments.
And so, what was it that made you push back? Just all the ritualism and stuff?
Yeah, it was like we prayed every Thursday, like every high holiday, like you were going to go to synagogue and be bored for about an hour and then run laps with your friends while your parents.
Did you learn all the prayers?
Oh yeah, like Hebrew was my first language.
It was?
Yeah.
Growing up in Sherman Oaks, wherever you grew up, you don't think about that.
So both my parents are Israeli. They moved here in the 70s, and they were the ones from their family that moved. So all of my family is in Israel. So we would go back there every summer and all that. And
you'd stay?
Yeah, we'd be there all summer. And, as you get older, that becomes less and less.
Well, that's kind of cool. You learn the language. That's awesome.
Yeah, but my parents, that's the thing, though, is that, I thought I was fluent in Hebrew. And then I go talk to my cousins, and they're correcting every other word. And I'm like, oh, I guess I don't know Hebrew. And I go and talk to my parents. And I'm like, have I been speaking Hebrew wrong this whole time? And they're like, yeah, but we thought it was cute, so we never really corrected you. And so that completely fucked up my confidence in Hebrew. I'll count to 5 for you guys to count you into a show, but when it comes to actually speaking Hebrew with
read it and understand it, though.
Yeah,
which is accomplishment. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I was reading some Hebrew for the boys earlier today, right, guys?
They don't like supporting you. So, and what are your other siblings doing?
My brother moved back to Israel. He's doing some sort of sales stuff over there.
And by the way, moving from Israel in the 70s is kind of an unusual move, wasn't it?
What was going on in the 70s in Israel?
They didn't like the whole...
Probably bad stuff.
They didn't like that whole 6-day war thing.
Yeah. That sounds right. Yeah.
That's got him out?
That didn't get him out. I think my dad was getting into jewelry. And so he was chasing the jewelry dream over in America. I don't know too much of his story, which just shows how much I really care about my history.
He loves his parents, folks.
Boy, yeah.
Was there religious abuse? Was religious used like a mallet?
No. No. It wasn't like, hey, you need to do X, Y, Z, or he's gonna do something to you. I think that's more of like a Christian Catholic thing, right?
A little bit more, yeah.
Yeah.
But there people can become so hyper religious that it's kind of overwhelming to the kids,
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. We had some like Orthodox kids go to our school, and it was like, ugh.
And your parents like, why aren't you more like them?
Yeah. No, they never said that. My mom, the main thing that she's always told me is that I was the only one that's kept on her toes, which I'm not 100% sure what that means, but I think it means I was difficult.
And what does the other two siblings do?
So the other two are my sisters. One of them works for corporate America, and the other one is, I think, a social worker.
Oh, interesting. You think? Pretty close to your family still? Not so much.
I mean, we talk, but just like about important like day-to-day stuff,
Yeah.
Not really about what are you doing with your life.
Wow, how interesting.
No, that's the gist of it. I know that my sister just got a job. She relocated to, I think, also social work.
Well, she has an MSW or an LCSW.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't sweat the big stuff.
I don't know. I don't know what my sister's resume is.
So back to the Orthodox and the Hasidim that you were at school with.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting to me is my extended family is Jewish, and they lived in the Fairfax area.
Sorry to hear that.
You never saw Orthodoxy on the streets.
Oh.
In the 60s and 70s.
Now you can't walk out there without them asking you to be like a 10th for a minion and just like, hey, we need another 10th male Jew. Can you come pray with us?
So what is that? Why all of a sudden did it suddenly transform? There's kind of a funny thing. Yeah,
I mean, Orthodox Jews just kind of have a way of muscling their way into places.
Was there an immigration or was there a conversion? It's so stunning to me now when I drive through that area and everyone with the cakes on their heads and the.
Well, I mean, it doesn't seem like Israeli Orthodox, It seems like Chabadniks, where it seems like Americanized Orthodox people.
Okay.
I don't know what the difference is between that.
So is it something where the parents all of a sudden decided, hey, we're gonna have to really get serious here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not 100% sure.
Does that seem funny to you that it was like essentially non-existent in Southern California? 40 years ago.
I'm 31 years old, so I don't know that part of.
But I understand that. But it's just like it's curious. I just wonder what went on.
Yeah, just like stuff's banging off in LA, and the Jews are just trying to get on it.
And what's your romantic life been like?
Oh yeah, Christina asked you to ask.
Yes, she did.
I mean, it's been pretty.
Well, actually, she asked me to ask you what you do on the weekends. So, what do you do on the weekends?
I mean, not a lot. Most of it is relaxing from like having like a busy week.
How do you like working here?
I mean, I love it. It's a dream come true.
What about that couple you work for?
Oh, Tom and Christina.
Jesus,
boy.
Busting balls all the time.
They really try and pry into stuff. I mean, like there was a minute there where I was playing the wrong intro to the show for a while. And I almost got fired.
Whoa! Tell me about that.
I mean, just like I thought we were going in a new direction for the intro, and so I just kind of took liberty and did some stuff. And
took liberty.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Tom didn't like that.
No.
Tom got this close to getting fired.
Really?
Actually, no. A lot of people thought it was true, but it was actually a bit. We're both just really great actors.
Okay, good. Because that does not sound like Tom.
No, yeah, Tom.
I mean, Tom is he really has great instincts, and he tries to. He tries to. I don't say control things, but he tries to orchestrate things in such a way that he enhances the experience for everybody. Yeah. But I don't think he would get mad at anybody that had a different opinion or anything.
No. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't think I've ever seen him get too mad, but I do not feel good for anyone that would be in those crosshairs.
Oh, nice.
I mean, just seeing him get upset at someone over a Starbucks order, it's like, doesn't seem like a bit when he's showing how upset he is. Like he's really taking some breaths in and it's just like, oh, he really hates that this coffee was fucked up.
Does he ever get mad at Bert?
No, I've never seen it.
Really?
Like, yeah. Well, I mean, they're best friends,
Still, though, it's easy to get mad at Bert for some of his.
Is it? He's just so fun. I mean, like this is since Two Bears One Cave is kind of the first time that I've been able to actually like work around him. He's such a delight.
He is a delight.
He's the best.
That's true.
But like, yeah, I've been working with Tom and Christina for the last 4 years, and it's been the most fun.
How did you get this job?
So I started in post-production. So
with these guys?
No. Like as a career. Like I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Television?
I wanted to be an editor in film or television. Like in terms of goals, I didn't really have any. Like I tried to keep it vague.
So where'd you learn to do post?
Internships. because I sure as fuck wasn't learning it for my studio art degree at
Right.
UC Irvine. Like I was taking film classes and I was doing stuff that my teachers didn't know how to do in the programs. I was like, okay, I've kind of outgrown this.
Yeah.
So I just kind of really focused on internships and started learning through that. And I knew I wanted to get in post-production because everything else of production sucks. You know, if you're in production, it's like 12-hour construction work days. It sucks.
Yeah.
Writing, not great with words. And then post-production is like, oh, cool, you get the final cut and all that, and it's a desk job, and the worst that you'll deal with is that the room gets too cold.
Right.
So I was pretty on board.
And it
with
could be
that.
fun and creative and stuff too.
Yeah, exactly. And so I kept my goals to just be super vague in that I just want to make things I'd watch with people that I don't hate. And look at me now, man.
Yeah, it's perfect.
But
where are we working? How'd they find you?
Okay. So fresh out of college, I worked at this company called Weed Maps for a while. That was like a Yelp for marijuana dispensaries. That guy just went to UC Irvine, and I talked my way into a job. Ran their video department for like a year before I thought I was wasting my life, and I was like, I need to move to Los Angeles.
And you were a pot or a weed.
Yeah, I know, this might come as a shock, but I've always been into marijuana.
Yeah, I don't see any evidence that it's affecting you negatively.
Super functional.
You know what I mean? Are you high during the day?
If I'm not working, absolutely.
But do you working you don't use?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing is that I don't really smoke before I do things that I enjoy.
So you're just like an evening.
Yeah.
And is there a particular type of weed?
The kind that knocks you out and tries to make you go to sleep. I kind of like
the
fighting
sleep
against
kind.
it. Yeah.
So that's the sativa. Is that?
It's the indica.
Indica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm mostly about flavor. If it tastes good, I will smoke it.
Do you do edibles or just always smoking?
I used to, but when I worked at Weed Maps, I just thought there was no limit to it. Where it's like, oh yeah, you could have however much, and it's like you'll just be really high. And then
You overdosed.
tried to, I think. What was it? There was just like a random thing, like a random pill bottle called THC pills. I was like, doesn't say how many not to take.
Popeye.
Yeah, so I took the whole thing, and
Whoa.
I just remember waking up in bed, and then when I came into work, I mean, I had to be driven because I didn't drive myself home. When I came into work, everyone was just like, "Hey, man, are you okay?" I'm like, "What the fuck happened yesterday?" Apparently, I just threw up a lot and asked someone to drive me home.
Yeah, well.
Which is great because you could try to overdose on weed, and that is what will happen. You will politely ask for someone to take you
weed
home.
can make you hallucinate. Some people really get very vivid hallucinations.
Yeah, I've had that once or twice.
What kind?
Where my vision vibrated with music.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was
interesting.
pretty neat. It was pretty cool.
What else?
What do you mean, what else?
What other visual?
Oh, I mean, that's as far, it's hard to get there.
Yeah.
It's hard to get to a point where you hallucinate on weed.
And it makes you sleep.
Yeah, I mean, I use it. I use it primarily to help me go to sleep.
Does it give you good sleep?
Yeah, I mean, no dreams for a very long time.
Thank you.
Because it cancels out.
You saw Joe and Bert talking about that, right?
Well,
During
no.
Sober October, they were like, "Oh my God, I'm dreaming again."
Well, I mean, no. It's just I have just not had crazy dreams since I've started smoking weed. So it's just
You used to have crazy dreams.
no. I mean, I just have no dreams.
Right. That's what most people describe. They just,
Yeah.
And when they'll come back again when you stop smoking.
Yeah, and whenever I do have dreams, I just think oh, I'm just smoking shitty weed. I should find better stuff.
What does that even mean anymore?
That is not.
Is there such a thing as shitty weed?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, just like working at Weed Maps, I turned into a weed snob. Oh my God, I'm already talking about stuff I don't want to talk about.
That's right. but I'm curious about this.
Ah, shit. But yeah, so Weed Maps was my first job, and I became kind of embarrassed to tell people that I did that because the only people that were watching it were like stoners.
Was it when pot was made legal?
This was around 2010.
So before legalization.
Yeah, this was when it was still medical. And that company has such a good model because it's the second a state legalizes, boom, they have like a full state of clients that they could sell to.
What do you mean?
Like dispensary listings.
Yeah, but the medical model was a sham, right? It was ridiculous.
I mean, look, I'm not saying the
was
reasons
it-
were a sham. I'm saying that fiscally it made sense.
It was the whole thing was a sham.
Yeah.
And what was it? What's his name? I can't remember his name right now. He said, "Yeah, I do have a problem. I have a weed deficiency. I need more weed. That's my medical problem."
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, that's right."
Yeah.
At least he's honest.
But yeah, I mean, after that, I think what it was that I saw my sister, who's closest in age to me. She did like some class at Upright Citizens Brigade, and I was like, "Oh fuck, she's able to take that class." And I'm stuck in Orange County making weed videos for people that I wouldn't want to talk to. So that
And when you say stoners, what do you mean?
Like people are just like, "Oh, dude, this shit's so dank, dude. Fucking blaze it, 420." You know?
So people whose whole life is
Right, like that's their personality.
Yeah.
I hate people like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you want to smoke it, and you know, if it works for you, it works for you. But if it's actually part of your personality, that's pretty cringy.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that, I just I decided like I'm gonna be making things that I'm not embarrassed to say that I work on. So I went right into Lifetime movies, and I was doing the night shift over there, and then just kind of like hopped from job to job. You know, every job that you hop, you end up getting slightly better at whatever.
At that network, you mean?
Right.
Yeah. At Lifetime and.
No. I fucked up that job.
Oh.
Like I found out. I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I work very efficiently in post production, and they were not happy with how quickly I was doing things.
Weird.
Yeah, so I just didn't get asked back to the next movie.
You think they'd love that?
Right. Yeah. Well, no, they didn't like it because they were paying for a day rate. So it didn't matter when I left. And when they saw it took me 3 hours to finish a night's worth of work, they were like, what's going on here?
Yeah, got it.
So after that, I switched over to mainly day gigs and just kind of worked my way to the top of whatever company I was at before, you know, either that gig ended or, you know, the company was bought out.
These are production companies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So eventually I worked at this ad agency and they were bought up.
What were the production companies you worked at? Just curious.
So let's see. There was, I worked on some Epic Mealtime stuff once.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I worked at an ad agency that kind of did like main titles for television shows. Or at least that was the cool stuff that they did. And then their bread and butter was making content for AT&T that no one would watch. So I became one of the top like assistant editors there, as cool as that sounds. And we made like main titles for like I worked on the main title for Narcos, which was pretty cool.
That's cool.
If I was slightly browner, I would have totally been an officer in that main title.
Oh wow, how
like
crazy.
Just in front of
a
brick of cocaine.
How funny.
But there was an Indian guy on staff, and so they gave it to him.
Oh, so funny.
But Harsha was great. And so what happened was AT&T merged with DirecTV, and they had a team that did exactly what we did. So there were massive layoffs. And so that was, I want to say late 2015, maybe early 2016. And so I was just like starting to think of like, what can I possibly do? Like that was a full-time job, which is a unicorn in this industry, a full-time post-production job that doesn't really exist.
Yeah.
So I just started like brainstorming how I could make other full-time post-production jobs. So I just started hitting up all of the podcasts that I like that are just audio only, that needed video. So I hit up Tom and Christina, like that was a podcast I was really into at the time.
It's YMH.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mom's house. So I don't even remember who else I emailed. I just remember that Tom emailed me back within like 5 or 10 minutes.
Wow.
And then I met up with him for breakfast to pass his crazy test to like make sure I wasn't a deranged lunatic, and passed it. Totally tricked him.
Pulled that one off.
Yeah. And then he invited me. That was back when they were still in Redondo. So I got invited back to do a recording with them, which I think was around episode 330, 331, something like that. We're on episode like 520 something at this point.
Yeah.
Which is crazy that I've been with them for like 200 episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I remember the first thing he asked me to isolate. I remember.
Were you doing post mostly at the beginning?
So what it was I remember the setup. It was a tiny room. Like it was.
Because when I first did the show, it was at their home.
Yeah. That was
Is that what you're talking about?
That was like 2 or 3 studios after when I joined them.
Wow.
So
you weren't there.
Well, they were back in Redondo. Well, right. Like there were all these different phases of YMH.
Okay.
So the first phase is they were in Redondo. They were in a tiny little office.
Yeah.
And I was over there and like we didn't know anything about camera. Like I'm a post-production guy, so I don't know about cameras. I don't know about lights.
Right.
I just know like just point everything in this direction and maybe it'll all work. So
funny you said the same thing today.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You're really seeing the seams today, Drew.
Oh, that's so funny.
So we got these shitty cameras. I think it was Tom that found them. Yeah. But someone recommended them. They were like vlogging cameras. Vlogging was really popping off back in the day.
Right.
Now, the thing with vlogging cameras is that they're not meant to be on for like 2 hours at a time.
Oh, wow.
So every 7 minutes, I was sitting in between the two cameras, and it was like every 7 minutes I had to look at not my watch, but my
reset
phone,
them,
and just turn it off and make sure that this one was on while this one was off, and like time it right. So for about like the first couple months, my only job was to make sure that those were off at alternate times
from the actual cameras.
Yeah, and then I would take it home and I'd edit it all together and do it like that, and then they just kept on adding more and more responsibilities, and it's kind of blossomed into this.
And then when they were at their house, you were doing post then?
Right. So it kind of like shifted like from like where it was, I was working with them like right when I got laid off, we were trying to do something full time.
Yeah.
And then like I just needed to I felt like I needed to stay relevant in the industry.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to take more work or else all this stuff is going to dry up from me.
Yeah.
So then we kind of switched back to part-time, and I've just kind of been double gigging it where I just have two jobs for like a period of 3 or 4 years until they approached me to, do
Run
this studio
operation.
thing. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for doing it. It's been great. It's been a privilege.
Yeah.
You didn't answer me what you did on the weekends though.
I mean, hang out with friends, smoke a lot of weed.
Are you dating?
Since I've been here, I've been dating, not as much as I'd like to.
Is the weed cutting your...
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, weed's never been a problem in anything in my life. Okay. It's really a time thing. It's just the more that I work here, the more I cherish my time.
Sure.
And on the weekends, I'm like, I just want to stay in bed. I want to watch whatever the fuck I want to watch. I want to go eat myself into comatose. And then, hang out with some people that I like.
Okay.
And, I'll go out on some dates, and it's okay. It's not anything to write home. But like, I just don't find the connection,
It's a lot of people your age aren't in a hurry to couple up. I've noticed. What is that? My generation, and I would say, was in a hurry.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it, like, I remember like hearing back in the day, it's like, oh, when I was 19, I was already married for 3 years.
Yeah. Or there was that, but there was also like, well, I definitely had a girlfriend, that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. And over here, you just kind of keep it cash, It's like you're dating someone, this thing.
Do you think porn has taken the wind out of people's sails?
I feel like it's probably not helped.
Yeah, I've wondered if it's something to do with that.
Yeah, because I mean, like, there are people that want to be in a relationship, and it's just like when they start dating me, they realize that I don't want to reciprocate that.
So we don't want anybody right now.
No, I mean, like, I'm open to it.
Well, that's not doing anything with that.
Well, that's the thing. What?
Because we can drop your testosterone levels and stuff.
Oh, it's very possible. I mean, I definitely smoke enough for that to be a case. But I don't know. Like, I've never really like gone after it. Like, it's always been something where it's someone likes me, and then I don't pick up on the signals, and we hang out, and then like almost every time that I've hooked up with someone for the first time, it's always been followed by, we've hung out for so long, why haven't you made a move yet? And it's like, oh, okay. And then I go into it. I'm an idiot. I'm really stupid. I can't pick up on signals. I think everyone hates me.
You should start with that.
With what?
I think tell them that at the beginning.
What, that I'm like psychologically damaged?
No, I don't see that yet. But you don't pick up on signals, and you maybe, sort of.
Yeah, I'm like somewhere on. Yeah, I'm
patient.
Yeah, I'm like somewhat of a TikTok. I'm probably on the spectrum.
But I don't think. No, I don't pick that up. But I also don't think you're unusual for your generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, there's a lot like me.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm sort of seeing. Like, no one's in a hurry to do.
Honestly, that is such a relief to hear.
Right?
That you think I'm normal, yeah.
Well, I didn't say that.
Oh,
I'd be careful.
Okay.
But as far as not being in a hurry and not, being driven to find a partner and stuff, that seems to be normal right
Like,
now.
I'm more career driven, and I do think it's strange that I'm not as relationship driven, and I'm actually trying to get into therapy to, figure out what's going on with this.
Well, something's going on with your parents you've not clarified with me and your family.
Yeah. Sure.
Do you
Yeah,
wanna
what's
get
your
into
question?
that? Well, what's
I'm not giving this shit away.
are you were they abusive when you were growing up?
No. As a kid, my parents were great. My mom was super supportive. My dad was kind of absent. Like, he was off doing the workaholic thing, which I think is probably where I get it from.
Sure.
And then, I mean, they never really showed, like, I got shown a lot of affection, but I never really saw a lot of affection between them. As I got older, they grew more and more distant.
So okay.
Yeah.
Thus, you don't have a lot of faith in marriage and long-term relationships.
I mean, probably.
Christina.
That probably has something to do with
Christina and I were talking about that too, because we both had bad, things we didn't admire in the relationship, the relationship between our parents.
Oh yeah.
And we're surprised how great marriage can be, both of us.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, hey, I'd love to join that club.
All right. Let's take a little break from the show to thank our friends at Stamps.com. With Stamps.com, I always wonder why anybody goes to the post office anymore. With Stamps.com, they bring the post office to you. Anything you can do at the post office, you can now do at your home, at your computer, with your own printer. You need Stamps.com. Anything you can do at the post office, you can do at Stamps.com. Again, products with, why go wander into the post office? Simply use your computer to print official U.S. postage 24/7 for any letter, any package, any class of mail to go anywhere you send it. Once the mail is ready, you just hand it off to the mail carrier. With Stamps.com, you get 5 cents off every first class stamp and up to 40% off priority mail. Not to mention, it is a fraction of the cost of those expensive postage meters. It's a no-brainer. You save time, you save money, you save hassle. It's no wonder over 700,000 small businesses already use Stamps.com. Do not spend a minute of your holiday season at the post office this year. Sign up for Stamps.com instead. There's no risk. With my promo code Dr. Drew, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus free postage and a digital scale with no long-term commitments or contracts. You just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, type in DRDREW. That is Stamps.com. Enter Dr. Drew. Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again. Next up, I want to tell you about our friends at Best Fiends. It's a puzzle game. It's got great graphics. It's a casual game anyone can play, but it's made for adults. You can literally spend as much or as little time as you want. Beautiful fun graphics. The slugs are the antagonists. They're challenging puzzles and fun puzzles, like match 3 puzzles, so you can defeat the slugs, and most of the characters you collect are bugs. It's unique. It's exciting. It updates the game monthly with new levels and events, so it never gets old. Best Fiend treats the game like it's a service for the player. That's right. I found myself randomly playing in places like airports because you don't need the internet. You can do it for traveling. It's anywhere. Play anywhere. Subway, wherever you are. And you collect tons of cute characters. You use them then strategically for each level. And you engage your brain. Fun puzzles, collect tons of cute characters. With over 100 million downloads, this 5-star rated mobile puzzle game is a must-play. Download Best Fiends for free on the Apple App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R, Best Fiends. Now let's get back to the show. You have a bunch of voicemails, right? And you have a game. I want to play this game.
Yeah.
What is this game?
So I was very worried that I wasn't going to be interesting enough.
You're fine. but I'm anxious to see this game.
Yeah, I was very worried I wasn't going to be interesting enough, so I wanted to have some stuff to fall back on.
Okay.
A lot of people, when they're doing parties, they play pin the tail on the donkey.
A lot of people?
Some people.
Or when you were in grammar school, you did that?
I mean, we never did it. I just assume you guys did.
Okay. Yes.
And so, I'm kind of taking that and I'm applying it to something that is covered in the studio.
Okay.
So, there's someone that we really like clips-wise.
Yes.
Who's your favorite person that you've seen in clips?
RCP.
RPC, yeah.
RPC, rather.
Robert Paul Champagne.
I want to go see him soon.
Yeah, I can't.
I really want to go do that.
Let me know. I will make sure you have everything you need, that a crew comes with you. Like, we'll make sure that everything's taken care of. Just say when you're going and we'll figure it out.
Maybe we should do it just for Thanksgiving.
Damn, you go to New York a lot.
Yeah,
huh?
I know.
Okay, all right, that's fine. That's fine. We'll figure it out.
All right, let's kind of aim towards that, because I feel like if we don't aim towards it, it'll never happen.
Okay.
I need to at least go visit him.
So
yes, I need to go visit. I wanted to get him to Caroline's and do a live event with him.
Okay.
That would be out of this world.
That's a mistake.
Why?
Don't do that.
Because he's not that interesting, or?
No, it's just like once you take a wild variable like that and you take them out of their element, they become a bigger variable. Like, I know he's a sweetheart. Just everything about him seems very nice.
Yeah.
just, I don't know. I feel like putting him in front of a crowd full of people, it's like you're gonna get like a King Kong situation, you know? And God bless him. I love Robert Paul Champagne. You've been nothing but nice to us, and we've tried to be nothing but nice to you. But I see recipe for disaster.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll go to his house. We'll do that.
And in all honesty, that's probably my favorite part about you being involved in this.
Is me in that environment.
Just how much you love to play with it.
Yeah.
You know, like you are a medical professional. And we're making you watch people swim in shit.
You're shaming me now.
No. Yes. I'm encouraging you.
Yes. Okay. Well,
I am not enabling you. What's a more positive spin on
encouraging? Is good. Encouraging.
All right, let's stick to encourage.
All right. So this pin the tail on the donkey.
Right. Okay. So, last time Tom was here, we found a new video of Robert Paul Champagne. Coming.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm surprised he wasn't kicked off Instagram for that one.
He was kicked off YouTube.
Oh.
But I think he's back. Okay. I think he's back. So now, and I don't know if this is going to work, so we'll just edit this out if none of this lands.
Okay.
So we're going to combine Pin the Tail on the Donkey with Robert Paul Champagne coming. Oh. And we're going to play some audio clips of people in the midst of lovemaking, and you're going to decide if it's Robert Paul Champagne or just a random cool guy.
Okay, I'm ready.
Are you guys ready in the booth?
And it's just strictly audio?
Yeah, it's just strictly audio.
Okay. And what am I going to say? Yes or no?
Yeah, you're either going to say, yes, it's Robert Paul Champagne.
Okay.
Or actually, here's the buzzer. Oh, shit. Where the fuck are those popsicle sticks?
What? Popsicle sticks?
Are they around? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Can you bring them out?
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
So a fan, these are just two, though. Can you give me do you have the whole bundle back there?
Oh my God.
So this is just like for.
Oh my God.
So we have the best fans. I think you know that.
Clearly.
Every now and then I go to the PO box and I just pick up a whole bunch of shit. And someone sent a whole bunch of these popsicle sticks.
Okay.
With Robert Paul Champagne emotes.
The many faces of Robert.
Faces of Robert Paul Champagne.
Oh, this is too much.
Yeah, this is an amazing gift. And guys,
whoever did this, you're a genius.
Yeah. If you want to send us stuff, send it to Your Mom's House Podcast, 321 North Pass Avenue, number 44 in Burbank, California, 91505. And then, who knows, maybe you'll get onto a show with your gift.
Yeah.
So we're going to pin the orgasm on Robert Paul Champagne.
Did he, whoever did this, did they freeze frame Instagram?
So if you turn them around, some of them will have his Instagram comments. Oh. So I think that's the caption to whatever the picture is.
But they froze it and then made a picture out of it?
Yeah, I mean, this one, he just says,
genius.
I think cum dump written on his chest, which I guess doesn't need a caption.
No, it says it. It's so genius.
Yeah.
All right, now what am I doing with these?
Right. So you just give them to me. These are really just for inspiration for you.
These are, I win them every time I get it right?
Sure. Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
So...
we haven't shown them to the... Oh, yeah.
So we're going to be playing different people coming, and oh, yeah. So if you think it's Robert Paul Champagne, you're going to say, I'll try it out.
I'll try it out.
Yeah. And then if it's not Robert Paul Champagne, just be
I
like...
will not try it out.
Yeah. Okay. That works. All right. Are we ready for the first one? All right.
Let's do it.
Let's roll it.
Yeah, I'm going to come. I'm going to come now. I'm coming. Oh.
I will try it out.
You will try it out.
Yes.
Okay, so you think that's Robert Paul Champagne? Yes. Could you make sure to keep a record of whatever this is so that we could go back? All right, thank you. Okay, so that first one you think was Robert Paul Champagne.
Give me, for the ones I do think is him, give me a stick.
Okay.
We'll do it that way. Okay,
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Go ahead.
So that's for number one. All right. Play the next person coming.
I will not try it out.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah, this might not land. Okay, so that was okay. So you don't think that was Robert Paul?
I do not think so.
Okay. All right. So we're 1-1.
1-1.
Let's hear the next one.
I will not try it out.
You won't try it out?
No, not try
So
it
why
out.
don't you think, what gives away whether it is or is not Robert Paul Champagne? Oh yeah, and by the way, I just want to let you know.
Robert Paul Champagne's voice is what gives it away.
So I also want to let you know that I've added layers into things so they all sound similar. So there's like layers of Rachel Maddow talking in the background in some of these. There's just like random television stuff because he always has the TV on.
Got it.
I'm just trying to make it all a level playing field.
Got it. There was a quality of the voice towards the end there that was to me, definitely not Robert Paul Champagne.
Okay.
If I haven't added that part in there, I'm not sure I would have gotten it.
Did it sound familiar to you?
It did.
Huh.
And I was thinking it was like one of the our meth people. One of our, like, maybe Four Stroke or somebody like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So, okay.
All right. So we're 1 and 2 now.
Okay.
1 try it out and 2 not try it out.
2 not try it out.
Okay. Let's hear the fourth one.
Oh, fuck. Ah! Oh!
That's a tough one.
Yeah. Tell me about it. What makes it tough?
Now, when you say Robert Paul Champagne, is it just that one video we recently saw that got him cut off YouTube, or is there a series of him engaged in said activity?
I'll answer your question with another question.
Okay.
Do you think there's only one video of Robert Paul Champagne coming?
I doubt it. I doubt it. But they must be a lot older. The one I heard they already used to do that.
Honestly, man, like if we if we publicized every time he came, it's like we wouldn't have time to do anything else.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know. Because I would think it wouldn't.
It's a regular thing for him.
I thought they wouldn't tolerate that on YouTube.
By the way, while we're on it, I mean, Christina was asking me on where my mom's at. What is a normal time? What is a normal amount for a person to jerk off?
Like how frequently?
Yeah.
Depends how old we're talking about. What age?
31?
Some 31-year-olds, it's every day, but
that's rare?
a couple times a week is.
Woof. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I got to work on that.
All right. So I would say I will try it out.
Okay. Wait, okay, so this last one was try it out.
Yeah.
Can we hear it again?
Get off!
Nope. That was a different concept.
Fuck. Ah! Oh!
All right.
Oh, no. That is that other guy.
No. You stuck to it. You stuck to it. You stuck to it. You stuck to it.
I know who it
is. You stuck to
is.
it. Who is it?
It's the guy that did the tried on all those sex toys and things. It's that guy.
Fuck. All
Yeah,
right.
so I got that guy.
You're good, Drew.
I will not try that.
You could really tell these guys apart from coming. You could really tell.
It's scary. That's so scary.
It's insane I'm having this conversation with you.
Is there
This
more?
is a dream come true. Of course there's, yeah.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and play the next one.
Get off!
See, that I will try it out.
You will try it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me try. We can't hear it again, or because it might.
Yeah, let's hear it again,
Okay.
guys.
Get off!
No, you know what? Can I got to reconsider. I will not try it out.
Okay, you're not going to try it out.
No, I'll not try that one out.
Interesting. Okay, so what was the thing that made you backpedal?
It sounded almost like my meth guy earlier. There's something
Okay.
similar to that somehow. So-
Okay, are you guys keeping
sure
track
how.
of who he thinks is the meth guy? Great. Okay.
Was it you doing a faking one?
No, we'll get to it. All right, let's go. Let's go to the next one.
I hope that's not him. I will not try it out. But you layered in a helicopter on that one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of it's just Nat sound, you know. Sometimes
not
it's just
try
what's
it
in the
out.
clip. Okay, so that's not try it
I
out.
should have two, right? Because I did it twice.
Right, you did guess Robert Paul Champagne 2 times.
Yeah. So I
Ooh,
did
who do
two
you
steps.
want? Ooh, let's give you Leather Daddy Robert Paul Champagne.
Look at him.
There we go. Hold on, this one caught my eye.
Quite a fellow.
This one just says 191 likes. Robert Paul Champagne says, love it, wild. That's pretty cool. Okay, so how many have we done and how many do we have left?
Can't hear you.
Yeah, into the mic, unmute the button.
We've done 6 and we have 4 left.
Okay, all right. Let's hear the next one.
All right.
Man, this is a lot. This is a pretty cum heavy episode, I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
So many of these guys, you feel like they're being strangled at the same time as they are doing their thing. I would say.
I mean, how do you sound?
I hope I don't sound like that.
You've never sounded like that when you came? Never?
How do I know? I don't.
I think you do.
Okay, maybe I did. So I
There
will
you go.
not try it out. I will not try it out. I will not try it out.
All right, you won't try it out.
No.
Okay, so you're so
Still just a
there's
2.
Just 2 are the Robert Paul Champagnes. Okay, let's hear the next one.
I will try it out.
Ooh, okay. Which
that
one?
Sort of sounded like him.
okay, so that's
the sunglasses.
the sunglasses. There you go. What's the comment on the back of that?
Robert Paul, I'm cool for you.
That's pretty fucking cool, dude.
Cool for you. What are like? One more? 2 more?
Yeah, let's
Finish it up.
yeah, let's finish it up. Let's do one more.
Ooh.
On the fence with this one, huh?
Yeah. One more time? I will not try it.
Okay, you won't try it out. Okay.
One more.
Okay. All right. Yep. He wants
Last
to hear
one.
it, guys. Keep it rolling.
way.
Keep it coming.
Literally.
Oh, that's the last one, I think, right?
Yeah. See, I'm assuming these have spanned a period of time, so they could have been a long time ago that he was.
Yeah, that's something you got to factor in.
Yeah.
Is this him coming yesterday?
Is this young?
him coming 5 years ago?
Right. Is this young Robert Paul? One more time.
That sounds like a young Robert coming, if I may say so
It
myself.
does, and you're sort of persuading me.
Yeah, I mean, like imagine, you at 20 years old, you could enunciate probably a little bit better. You could come a little bit more
I'm going to say,
articulately.
just because you're working on me so much, I'm not going to go. I will not try it out.
All right. Okay,
All
I
right,
guess
so-
let's run through the answers now, and we'll see how right you are.
I did 3. I can't remember all the.
I
Okay,
think
yeah.
I think you're very close because I think there is actually only 3 sound bites of Robert Paul Champagne coming in this.
I got
So you
3.
definitely have the right number. All right. So what was the first one, guys?
The first one was Robert Paul Champagne.
I did that.
Well,
one.
let's hear that.
I got that one. Do we have to?
Yeah. It's part of the game, Drew.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna come.
That's it.
I'm gonna come now. I'm coming.
That's his latest. That's his latest hit.
Yep. Yeah. That's his magnum
recognize that
opus.
one.
Okay. All right. What was the next one?
The second one was not Robert Paul Champagne.
All right. Let's hear that.
Fuck with my ass, man.
Right. That's a classic drop.
Who is that?
That was, I believe the title of that clip is Homeless Man Raped by Gay Ghost.
Okay. All right. Keep going. Next one.
All right. What was the third one?
The third one was not Robert Paul Champagne.
All right. Let's hear that.
That was the guy I said sounded like 4-stroke.
Yeah. You said it sounded familiar.
Yeah.
And I think I know why.
Why?
I made that yesterday.
Oh!
No. I was not coming.
Okay.
No. I did not do that one organically. It was just, I was doing this game and I was like, it'd be pretty fun to like throw a couple zingers.
You mean
in
you
there.
pretended? You pretending?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was me pretending to come. Guys, I don't.
Yes. Got it.
Guys, I don't come.
I kind of thought you might have thrown something like that in there. So
Yeah.
it occurred to me. So, okay. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. What was the next one?
The fourth was not.
Was not Robert Paul Champagne.
Was that the one I said was?
What was this one? Go ahead and play it.
Oh, fuck.
I think I said it was. Yeah.
This was the one that you were on the fence
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
This was Cool Uncle Terry.
Oh.
Yeah, you were right. You were like, I think this is the guy that's reviewing sex toys.
Oh, yeah.
Ding, 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 right on the head.
yes,
you know
yes.
exactly which pervert was coming in there.
That's right. I got my perverts straightened out in my head.
Good job, Drew. Nothing gets by you, and that's why you guys know that he's a medical professional.
Bringing me to new lows.
Yep.
Are we going to go all the way through? Or just tell me what I got right and wrong?
Sure. What number were we on right now? Yeah,
4.
I mean, actually, this cum game is lasting probably a little too long. Couldn't
Can't hear you.
We were on number 5.
You know what? Let's just say that you got all of them. How about
I did? I did?
that? You did.
I got 3 for 3?
I think, right, Josh? Josh the intern? Mute button?
Yeah, you got them all.
Oh, my God. Come on. Give me a high five. here.
Congratulations,
Ooh, I know my
Dr. Drew.
RPC.
You know exactly what RPC sounds like when he's coming.
And I also identified the sex toy guy
Yeah.
who
You know all of our cool guys.
no one had grossed me out more as a cool guy than that guy.
God damn. Drew, honestly, it is such a dream to work with you. The fact that you'd even be like, yeah, let's play this game where I try and identify people coming. I could assure you, I don't even think we'd have other comedians on this network that would do that.
So I'm thoroughly humiliated. You've taken me to places that evidently no one else will go. You're an evil, mad scientist.
that all comes.
You're an evil genius.
That all comes with the territory in that you are literally the easiest person I've ever worked with.
So
Ever. You say yes to everything. Nothing is on the table. It's just like, yeah, just tell me where you need me to stand and I'll do it.
And what's nice is your acting about being nervous was just to set me off guard so you could pull this all off and turn the tables and put me through these paces, right?
I got enough liquid courage in me now.
All right, fair
I'm
enough.
fully comfortable
Fair
now.
enough.
I'm probably a little too sweaty.
All right, should we hear some voice messages?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, we probably got to give him a
Hi,
little
Dr.
time.
Drew.
There we go.
My name is Ben. I'm a 22-year-old college student, and for the last couple of years, I found that I had a little bit of trouble getting to climax when I'm having sex with women. Not on Josh Potter levels, but it's pretty much hit or miss. Sometimes it happens pretty regularly, and sometimes, it'll take a long time or I'll have to finish the job myself.
Yeah.
Also, if I'm drinking alcohol, it becomes a much more difficult game to play.
Right.
Recently, I started taking Sertraline for depression and anxiety, and this problem has left the bedroom and come into my own personal life because now when I try and jerk off, it becomes an exhaustive task for me as well.
Okay, got it.
Got
it. I like the way sex with a woman is not a personal matter.
Right.
Is masturbation.
Jerking off is
that's
my me time.
Well,
no, I've had an issue one time where it was taking me too long to masturbate. You know what you do? You just tap out, dude. If it's not
tap out.
Yeah, it's not worth the trouble. It's just like
really double down.
If it's really gone for 20 or 25 minutes, it's just like, do I really need to do this?
Well, but it is not normal. Right, and it's the sertraline doing it for sure. It's Zoloft, sertraline, same thing.
So that's something that drug
typical
does.
side effect.
Okay.
So he already has delayed ejaculation. He knows that. So it's kind of a thing for him. Any substance he uses, alcohol, weed, whatever, will make it worse for sure. He the way somebody like that needs to do it is find a stable partner that he kind of works it out with, and that
someone that's understanding,
and that the two together kind of figure out what they like, what they don't like, how long it's going to take, what they can do to get him to the right place, and then finish things off. Sertraline is going to put a big problem in that, and also drop his libido too many times. So, you want to talk to your doctor about maybe changing medications if that bothers you.
Is that the best practice? Like, what's the best medication where that doesn't fuck up?
The one that don't do that was typically Cerazone, Wellbutrin, and Remeron. Those three don't do that typically, or don't affect sexual functioning. So again, if it's important to take the sertraline, don't stop it. Talk to your doctor about whether making a change, perhaps.
Everything under medical advice.
Yes, this is not medical advice here. I'm not telling you what to do.
Right.
I'm telling you that your symptoms are caused.
No. I'm saying like don't change your medications without talking to your doctor. I'm not saying listen to what Dr. Drew said. I'm not saying that.
Exactly.
Listen to your doctor.
Next up.
Hey, Dad. I think my balls are a little bit too long. They touch the water all the time when I'm in the toilet, making brown, shit like that. I Googled some stuff on the internet, and it said that, like, your balls can be too long because of, like, some sort of a condition, like the veins in your balls get swelled up, or they don't.
Yeah, Ehlers-Danlos, which is like
I've had this problem before too.
It's not what he's got.
Go to a different toilet.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Some of them are shallow. Just find one that's less shallow.
Richard Pryor had a big joke about this.
Oh, he did?
Not about long balls, but about long penis. Two guys walking across the bridge and had to take a pee, seeing the water, and then one guy goes, "Oh man, the water's cold." They're on a bridge. Oh. And the other guy says, "Yeah, it's deep too."
Yeah. Two big dicks. That's pretty.
Yeah,
that's a great
Richard Pryor joke.
Two big dicks.
Next voice message.
Hey, Dr. Drew. Hey, mommies. Piss on me, beat me, hold me on out.
Yep.
I'm home here now.
He'll like this
and
show.
I just wanted to say, I got two questions real quick because I know, hi, Dr. Drew. I'm Evan. And I know you go through these quick. So the first one, I have a cut where my tip of my dick connects to the shaft, and it's been there for about a year, and it gets recut every time I have sex.
Yeah.
And it bleeds quite a bit.
Yeah.
The most recent time it got cut was the worst, and it was actually having a straight stream of blood, like spewing, in the movies when like one like little shot of like blood will like spew out. That happens.
Yeah.
So how do I take care of that?
It wouldn't. It's not arterial, so it doesn't pulsate.
So it doesn't pulsate.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a Tarantino type.
No.
of thing.
No.
Right.
Go see a urologist. I don't know if you're uncircumcised. I'm assuming you are, and that's sort of remember our phimosis conversations we've had almost every week.
Yeah, it haunts my dreams.
Yes. So those tears of the frenulum there at the base can lead to a phimosis if you're uncircumcised, and there are other ways to repair that and deal with it. So
if you're uncircumcised, so the tears around the tip of the dick.
The tear is really it's what's tacking down the foreskin. And so that tears and the foreskin narrows, and he may be talking something about. It's hard to people don't know how to describe these things.
Right.
This can be something under the head of the penis. Also might need a little something, the electrocautery or something to treat it.
Now this is kind of creating a follow-up question for me. This guy is having sex with just open wounds on his dick. I've always heard people advise against that sort of thing.
Well, not only that, but wearing a condom would prevent the thing from being reopened or re-irritated, right?
Oh.
So, yes, you don't want to have open wounds when you're having sex with someone.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's been drilled into my head since childhood. Don't have open wounds on your dick when you're trying to have sex.
Next voice message. Right. See, Nadav knows.
Hi, Dr. Drew. For the past 2 years, I've had a recurring pain in my ass where every 6 months or so a giant pimple will form at the tip of my ass crack, and it's right between my cheeks. It's like a week of hell until it ruptures or it goes away.
Oof.
Can I get rid of this problem, or am I just like fucked?
No.
I'm trying to keep it high and tight, but it hurts. Thanks,
yeah,
bye-bye.
I bet. That's high and tight jeans will make that worse.
Yeah.
It's one of really 3 things. You can get something called a pilot, because I'm not sure where she's talking about it. There's something up.
Right, the crack of the ass has quite a bit of real estate.
Yeah, up at the top here, it's something called a pilonidal cyst, which is essentially it's a genetic thing, but it's a abscess essentially that forms right at the top of the sacrum here.
Top of the sacrum is medical for crack.
It's top of the crack.
Okay.
It's a pilonidal.
Just trying to make sure everyone's following along.
Well, get us some pictures of Pilonidal pilonidal cysts. And they can be really intense, and they can be little...
Pilonidal cyst. Chris, get ready to blur this.
There it comes right up. Leave page.
No. Do it on a new page. All right.
Oh, there it is. See it? See where it is on... they're showing in the jeans, and they're... Oh, that was a better picture before. Go back to what you just had. See it on the right there? At the top of the crack? No, that's it.
God damn, on the right. Yeah, I see it. I see it.
So that's it. Now, if you go lower down, it can be just a plain old perianal abscess or a carbuncle. And recurrent perianal abscesses can be a problem. Or it could be a fistula, a rectal fistula, and could be a bigger problem of Crohn's or of inflammatory bowel disease. So it actually is something when you get it, very important that you have a doctor look at it. Because the fact that it's recurrent kind of suggests it might be a fistula. So, the fistulas kind of come to the surface periodically, and so that's
so a fistula is something that
fistula is
it's there forever, or it's there for a while and it just sprouts up sometimes.
It's a burrowing, and the burrowing can come to the surface sometimes. Okay. Yes, you like our hand
I do like that gesture.
Next voice message.
This is a fistula. Yeah. Man, this stuff is gonna haunt my dreams.
Hey, Dr. Drew, my name's Alexis. Me and my boyfriend have been dating for about a year now, and he tells me that after we have sex, his eyes get dry after he orgasms, and he can't see until he sleeps again.
Till he sleeps?
Until he sleeps.
I literally Googled it, and I saw really nothing about it except for really extreme cases. But if it is a thing, I would really like to know.
Wait. Dial the voice message back again about 10 seconds. And I couldn't hear what she said. Let's hear it again. He wants to go to sleep to help him see?
I think she said his eyes are dry until he goes to sleep again.
Okay. Well.
So until he wakes up in the morning, that's when his eyes are normal. That's when they reset.
All right. And keep going. Let me hear it again.
He's making it up. I literally Googled it, and I saw really nothing about it except for really extreme cases. But if it is a thing, I would really like to know. He's trying to make it about a thing about proteins. That does not
lack of proteins? Okay, something about proteins?
Anyways, is it a thing that when men come, sometimes their eyesight gets affected? Because I feel like no, but he hardcore believes yes. Thanks.
I would already say that he's not lying about it because it doesn't sound like he's getting anything out of it from her.
Right. That's an interesting way of thinking about it. I would agree with that. Does
that mean I'm a bad person?
No.
Okay. All right.
People do get various kinds of vision changes sometimes after orgasm, but they're sort of blurry and wavy, that kind of stuff. Not dry eye is what I heard her say.
His eyes just get dry after he comes?
Right. And I don't know if...
You have dry eyes.
I do have dry eyes.
And they're dry before you come and after you
No association with that.
Okay.
But I can see where having your eye closed for a period of time can make it less dry. And so that makes sense to me.
Oh, okay. So that's what so you're saying it has nothing to do with sex.
Well, it might have something to do. Maybe he keeps his eyes open, doesn't blink as much.
Yeah, maybe when he comes, he's just wide-eyed.
But here's what you do. Get some Theratears and give him some eye drops after sex, and that's the end of that.
Yeah.
Theratears. That's what you do.
Yeah, fix it.
One more.
Hey, Dr. Drew. This is Austin and Michael.
Wow.
That's not his name. Anyways, we want to know where babies shit.
Oh, right. Okay. So hold on. I prepped this voicemail, and I'll tell you why I prepped it.
Yeah.
One, these guys sent like 3 or 4 in a row, and they just broke on all of them.
Okay.
Like none of them were usable. But I understand the question that they're asking, which I feel like is rudimentary to YMH. When a woman is pregnant,
yeah,
she has a baby.
Yeah.
She shits.
Yeah.
The baby shits?
Sometimes.
In the stomach?
Sometimes in the birth canal.
Sometimes?
And then it's called a meconium birth. And sometimes the babies aspirate the shit and get pneumonias. It's actually, meconium is sort of an emergency. Not an emergency, but it's a complication. So it's called a meconium birth.
And you find that out the hard way, I'd imagine. That you
look up meconium. Show us meconium.
Show me meconium.
MECO. Meconium.
Ooh, and then I have a question as well after this.
Meconium. See the baby being born?
Yep. Oh, he's shitting all over.
Earliest stool of a mammalian infant. Unlike later feces, meconium is composed of materials ingested during the time the infant spends in the uterus. Intestinal epithelial cells, lanugo, mucus, blah, 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 blah. Amniotic fluid, bottle of water. So it's not meconium is that's what it is. It's not really shit.
It's shit-like.
It's shit-like. it's other things that are going in the mouth that are the babies floating in.
Right. It's just all suspension fluid, you know?
Yeah.
He's just hanging out.
Yeah, yeah. And they take some of that in, and that's what comes out during the birth sometimes.
So babies do shit is what Dr. Drew is trying to say. It's just...
During birth.
Just pre-birth. It's not technically shit.
Not technically shit.
Not technically shit.
These guys are thinkers.
Speaking of shit.
Yeah.
So I'd like to circle this back. I made a revelation on your mom's house a couple months back that I've shit myself multiple times in the last 12 months. And since I have access to a doctor, I want to make sure that I'm not medically fucked. Okay. And I just want to see that, no, you don't need to get any crazy like butt surgery. I know that you're a big proponent of like, that's a big surgery.
Oh yeah, if you have rectal prolapse, that's a giant surgery. That's an immediate, like an emergency surgery many times.
Don't think I've prolapsed.
No, I don't think.
I don't think I've prolapsed. So I don't put anything in there that's bigger than this.
So when does this occur?
Look, it doesn't happen when I'm at full health. It doesn't happen when I'm at full health. I'll tell you the multiple times that it's happened over the last 12 months.
Good.
First time that I noticed it happening was the first episode of Two Bears, One Cave. Around 19 minutes in, you'll notice that I'm losing my mind for the first like 15 to 18 minutes.
Laughing at me.
Right, laughing. Yeah. And then I'm just kind of quiet for 2 minutes. And it's because I'm trying to figure out if the other guys in the room could smell the shit that I've just shat.
Okay.
They couldn't.
And was it a shart? Was it like you're trying to fart?
It was a shirt. I didn't seep through to the chair.
No. But was it in your mind? Were you about to fart and you shit yourself, or was it
no?
Just laugh?
It was it was a pressure thing. So it was like I was laughing so hard, and I'm like belly laughing.
Yeah.
And then I think after that I was trying to calm down, and I coughed, and on the cough,
okay, got it. Okay,
it came out.
Got it.
Is that a problem? Do I need
Tell me the other episode.
Is that a surgery?
The other episode, no surgery yet.
The other episode was I think I was a week or two into transitioning into keto. I was riding scooters with my friend.
Were you taking any MCT oils?
I was smoking weed.
Yeah. I'm having a feeling that weed has something to do with relaxing the sphincter down there.
Well, actually interesting. So I don't know if it's because it relaxed my sphincter or just because I have weak ass lungs and I cough a lot when I smoke weed.
Interesting.
Because it did happen on a cough.
Or both.
Both of these happened on a cough. Whoa, I am making some revelations.
I think probably both. It makes sense to me. But keep going. Somebody your age should have control during a cough.
Right. A 31-year-old should not be shitting his pants is what you're saying.
No. But anything else?
So something is wrong.
Again, it could be the weed just loosening the sphincter a little bit. And so maybe getting more bulk in your diet, like get some Metamucil and take a bunch of it and see if that
I will say that I took the best shit of 2019 earlier this morning.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And there's no leakage, right?
No.
And you're able...
Although, and I mean, I'm sure he will hate me saying this, but my brother does have a leakage problem.
Interesting.
And I did have diverticulitis like...
You're also young
5 years ago.
Jesus.
That's exactly what my doctor said. Yeah. Yeah, I've had butthole problems for a minute. It kind of runs through my family.
Isn't really a butthole problem.
It's not?
It's a colon problem.
It's a diet problem, right? Or we don't know yet.
It's a genetic problem more than anything. And
my dad
diet,
did have it.
Yeah, and diet can help.
But not at 25 or whenever I had it.
You need a colonoscopy, it seems to me, generally. I mean...
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I have a pretty good gastroenterologist. I mean, he made me do an IV rectal contrast, which I didn't know what it was before I took it. That was a pretty eye-opening experience. I didn't know. I thought it was just like, oh, yeah, we'll inject you with something. And like I saw rectal on it. And I'm just like, that probably doesn't mean what I think it means. But then I went to get an examination, and it's exactly what I thought it meant.
Interesting.
Yeah, the worst 3 moments of my life happened in like a 5-minute window.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And they had no pathology other than the diverticuli.
Yeah, like what ended up happening is they removed like 10 centimeters of my colon. Was it my colon or my rectum?
You had a big surgery?
Yeah. Dude, I was out of commission and sick for like 6 to 12 months.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because it took us a while to figure out what it was. Like for a while, I just had like it started with I had like a fever every 2 months or so. And then that fever happened every month. And then that fever happened every 2 weeks. And what that ended up happening was that like I was getting septic. So I had a pocket of food, I guess, that ruptured.
It's like an abscess.
Right.
Diverticular abscess.
Yeah. And every time that food got out, I got a fever to try and fight that infection.
Wow. So it was a wide open. And did they find it when they pulled out that piece of colon?
So what, I mean, I was in the, I got admitted to the hospital via the emergency room because I had what the thermometer said was 106-degree fever. Oof. Yeah. I was like super delirious, but they told me I was still funny, which is kind of important, I think, to me.
Wow, good for you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, maintaining your sense of humor through septicemia.
Yeah, I was afraid for my life. I honestly thought I was going to die.
Wow.
But they gave me some Dilaudid. That felt really great. That really eased the pain, but I don't think I needed it.
So was it the sigmoid colon they took a piece of?
That sounds right.
Yeah. And so there may be something related to that in this whole situation.
The most interesting thing about that is that after I had that whole surgery and everything, for a while, I mean, the way that you get that your body signals that you need to take a shit is just like, you feel some inside stuff happening. You're like, I think I need to take a shit.
Right.
For me, right after the surgery, it just became uncomfortable to sit when I needed to take a shit.
Right.
Is that a normal thing?
No. So you normally get something called a mass movement that pushes it down into the ampulla. You're not getting that function anymore, probably because they took that piece out.
I mean, I'm back to normal now. I do want to say I shit normal.
But there's no everything's completely normal in terms of sensation.
I mean, for the most part, like there was stuff that I thought was normal back when I was in college that was clearly just early onsets of diverticulitis.
Wow.
I was taking 5 shits before I left for my morning class, and I was just like, I like to drink coffee. It just clears me out.
Wow,
just like no one else I talked to.
I have diverticulitis too, by the way. I've had several episodes. Yeah, it's horrible.
So the thing that they've told me is that they're like everyone gets diverticulitis. No. It's just most of the time they're old enough where like you don't need to operate on it.
It's common to have diverticulitis. It's also common for a subset of those to leak and cause diverticulitis, but usually it's...
So diverticulitis is when the infection takes hold?
Diverticulitis is when the little leakage occurs.
Okay.
And usually your body kind of controls it right there where it leaks. But if you have a big leak, it develops into an abscess.
Okay.
And that's what happened to you. And that's not good. That's wild. And so anyway,
you want to get in there, man.
You were permitted to have a little bit of rectal stool incontinence given what you've been through.
So I'm allowed to shit myself according to Dr. Drew.
You earned it.
I earned shitting myself.
With the crazy operation you've had. And I'd still recommend some Metamucil still. With all that history.
Yeah. I'll take some.
So this ended up being very, very interesting, by the way. So
I'm glad you thought so.
Not being interesting.
That's been my biggest fear is that everyone's just like, this is a fucking snooze. This is a bore. Get this Jew out of here.
Nadav is interesting, everybody. We didn't even need the game, although I enjoyed the game, and I was humiliated by it, which everyone loves.
It probably lasted a little longer than it should have.
But I always know when we're in the right sweet spot when I'm feeling humiliated. That's the your mom's house spot.
That really warms my heart.
I know. It's a target you aim to.
Whenever you put your hands in your face, I know.
I didn't put my hands in my face this time.
No, yes. I think you're getting more accustomed. to these tricks.
You know what happened? No. You know what happened this time is that you're coyly and thoroughly dragged me all the way in without my awareness. So I was shaming myself without even realizing it.
Yeah, so surprise! I'm a little manipulative.
I didn't put my hands in. So there it is. There it is, everybody. All right.
I hope everyone else liked it.
Let's wrap this thing up.
Sure.
Thank you for letting me discuss you. Thank you for all you do here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Seriously, and I was just thinking to myself, my God, by the age of 31 now,
yeah,
big operation, how many different jobs and you've had, and
it's an interesting life.
I mean, crazy, right?
Yeah, it's like I think I'm boring, and then sometimes I think of that stuff. I'm like, well, sure, on paper, I
worked
guess
for
that's
19 different production companies and different posts, and I was trained in watercolors, and it's like,
yeah, I'm just some Joe Schmo, just showing you cum videos and cum
so
sounds.
Interesting. Well, there's that too. You're a manipulative dude. We found that out tonight. But yeah, so again, I had no doubt your skill set given what I see you do here. So
thank you.
So
that means a lot. You know, if it seems like I know what I'm doing, then I have manipulated you.
And you make it look easy at the same time, which is really. But I know there's a lot going on here. So
I have nonstop anxiety. Yeah.
I appreciate it. So we'll wrap it up with that. Check out drdrew.tv. Check out drdrew.com. Drdrew.tv, where you can sign up to be part of this live broadcast we do on the weekends, and .com. We've got me and Corolla, and all my other stuff is listed at .com. So please check it out. Get on our email list /contact, drdrew.com/contact, and we'll see you next week. Thank you. All conversations and information exchanged during participation of the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast or interaction on the drdrew.com website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse this with treatment or physician medical advice or direction per se. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. Nothing on these podcasts or posted on this site supplements or supersedes the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers. Please understand, I am not playing the role of physician in this environment per se. I'm educating. I am a licensed physician with specialty boards in American Board of Internal Medicine and American Board of Addiction Medicine.